A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 571st edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit forming energy and focus supplement on the market. Be hyper-productive and laser-focused for hours with zero crash and zero jitters. Support your productivity and support the show by going to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush. We are, as always, streaming live to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, VK, and OK.ru. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. It is good to have you guys back for today's show. Had a halfway decent night, had a below average night on the lanes last night, but it started out frustratingly abysmal. I shot a 230. I shot a 135, guys. A 135. I practiced all week long, shot a bunch of games, made adjustments, did all the rest of that stuff, and I shoot a 135 out of the gate. I was pissed. Absolutely pissed. Now, I recovered in game 2 with a 216, but then game 3 started out terribly again until I got to the 8th frame, where I fired off 5 straight strikes to end my night and set up my guy Steve with a chance to win. He had 27 pins. He had to get 27 pins for us to get the win, which meant he basically had to strike out, and he almost did. He hit 2 strikes in a row with the first 2 balls to bring us to within 7, and his last ball was a split, a 7-10 split. And for a split second, we were dejected until we looked up and we started doing the math and saw that we won that game by just a single pin. So we ended up taking 3 out of 4. I ended up with a 172 in game 3, so the night wasn't a total loss. Now, the way Bowling League works is, again, as I sort of fill the air and allow people to get in, is we shoot 3 games every Tuesday evening. Obviously, you get a point for a win, then you get a point for total pins. So even if you lose the first game, you can still get 3 out of 4 if you win the next 2 games and beat them by more pins than they beat you. If you guys could, so they award a point for each win, and then they award a point at the end for total pins. So hypothetically speaking, you could lose the first 2 games, win the third one, and if you win that third game by more than you got beat those first 2 games combined, you get essentially a split. You get 2 points apiece. But the lanes, I thought, they were super oily because, again, my ball just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. So right after we were done, I went to the pro shop, and I bought a ball that does well even on super oily lanes. And I discovered that the ball I have now, the ball I just got, needed a slight adjustment because I also learned that no matter how many times you clean your ball with acetone, your ball is going to absorb oil. Now, very little oil, mind you, but not enough to make a difference unless, of course, you shoot close to 20 games in a calendar week. So I got the pro shop to lightly sand my ball and to give it back that tacky feel that it had when I first bought it. And I got a cleaner that helps the ball to sort of keep its grit so it performs the way it's supposed to more consistently. So as I'm taking bowling a little bit more seriously, I'm starting to learn different things about bowling. I thought if I just cleaned my ball with acetone every week or every time I bowled, then my ball would stay at the same grip. Not exactly the way it works. That's next level that's next level bowling. But enough of my boring ass bowling stories. Let's get right to it. There we go. Today's topic was submitted by Thief in the Night. He actually submitted it almost 2 years ago. Now, the article is entitled, quote, "I dated 5 men at once, and here is what I learned about modern romance." It was published on Thought Catalog and was written by a Katerina Lolita, which I'm pretty sure is just a pen name because I couldn't find anything on her except a racy profile picture on her Thought Catalog profile with the caption, "Wild women are the most dangerous." That's what it said. So just her name, her profile picture, and that caption tells us all we need to know about Ms. Lolita. Anyway, she dated 5 men at the same time, and apparently she learned a few things and decided to write an article about it. I love it. I love it when these women, and I've talked about this before, women are so solipsistic that they actually think the public gives a fuck about their slutscapades. Like so many post-wall women in their 30s and 40s write these memoirs about their ride on the cock carousel. Bitches, we don't give a fuck about the dick you took. Women think that people, the public at large, are so interested in all of the stories, all of the hilarious hijinks, all of the stories, all of the men they've been pounded out by, that they actually write books. We don't care about that stuff. So, Katerina Lolita apparently thinks the same things as most of these female quote-unquote authors. And we know that Katerina Lolita, probably a little older, because she used the last name Lolita, right? Number one. And number two, she is writing about her experiences with men. She dated 5 at once. Who knows how old she is? Maybe she says it in the article. We'll figure it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in. She says, quote, "When I was in my early 20s, I did something I had never done before. Date more than one guy at a time." So right off the bat, she's already telling us a flat out lie. And you guys know, you guys are going to quickly find out that this chick lies at just about every turn in this article, guys. She lies at just about every paragraph in this post. Ain't no way a female in her early 20s in this day and age has never dated more than one guy at a time. Not only do girls have bananas thrown at them all day long, which gives them both the option and the temptation to date multiple guys at once, they are encouraged to do it. At every turn, gentlemen, women are told that they need to keep their options open, which really means to sleep around. And by the way, women use so many different terms to define sleeping around to avoid calling it what it actually is, right? They call it keeping their options open. Melanie Kernodle over at bold.com said, "I gave my attention to other guys who wanted me." Girls never call it sleeping around because they know that it's not good for them. And they know that it puts them into the category of a slut. So when a female says she dates around or dates multiple guys at once, what she really means to be saying is that she's fucking around. She's sleeping around. They dress up and make it sound less slutty to save face. Katerina can call this whatever she wants. She is sleeping around, and telling us that this is the first time that she's done this is not fooling anyone here. At least presumably. And listen, the fact that Katerina wants us to believe that she's never done this before, it's ridiculous. Even the women who read this article know that this isn't the first time she has allowed herself to be passed around. Anyway, she continues. She says, quote, "It all started when I discovered that a film director I had been dating multiple women while I was only dating him," she puts in parentheses. "He claimed it was due to insecurity, said that he felt I was out of his league, and told me that he assumed he wouldn't have gone far with me without having some backup options. From then on," she says, "I realized that no one was going to protect me or my feelings in the dating world, and that exclusively should never be assumed." More lies, guys. More lies, gentlemen. Not only do men with options, and again, he is a film director, so he absolutely had options, but not only do men with options not tell women that they're sleeping with. Hang on. Oh, never mind. I thought somebody... I guess it's one of my animals. Good God, they're walking kind of heavy today. Anyway, they don't tell women they're sleeping with that they're sleeping with other women because of insecurity. They would never, ever tell any one of these women that they're out of his league. Okay? Like, are you serious with this? We're not even past the first paragraph, and she's already told us 2 lies that are blatant. She's not even being clever about it. She's just saying things, just saying these off-the-wall things and expecting people to believe it just because she said it. Any man with even a limited working knowledge of a woman's true nature knows that women in their early 20s are always sleeping around. They also know that the men they sleep with don't tell them they're insecure and that they're out of his league. Get the fuck out of here with this. She continues, so I decided to conduct my own experiments. In dating multiple guys at once without sleeping with them unless a man and I became exclusive, and he was the only one I ended up dating. Unlike that film director who did sleep with the women he dated even before they were exclusives, I wanted to date with more integrity, she says, and transparency. But I also wanted to explore my options and know what it's like. Are you fucking for real with this? And listen, guys, listen. I gotta be honest with you. When I got to this point in the article, I almost just said, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck it. This chick is being dishonest. This chick is lying at every turn. So it's useless to even break this down. But the fact that she is being so overtly dishonest is indicative of today's women. And men run into females who lie about the things that Miss Lolita are lying about in this article all the time. So let me pick my jaw up off the floor at this incredulousness and break this stuff down. So first off, she's already skirting accountability for a decision that she made unilaterally. We already know this isn't the first time she decided to sleep around, but she would have us believe that it all started when she figured out that she wasn't the only starlet who fucked her way into a role. She made this decision a long time ago, and get this, guys, it had nothing to do with her discovering she was in a director's harem. She made this decision of her own free will, and it wasn't influenced by anything but her slutty nature, feminism, and probably Tinder. Secondly, expecting us to believe that she wasn't sleeping with all 5 of these men just goes to show that women think that they can just make up whatever they want to and that people just believe it. And the reason why is because men believe this stuff. Men who are still plugged into the matrix, men who haven't found the red pill yet, they don't realize they've been programmed to believe whatever a woman says just because she said it. This is why we get articles and videos just like this, guys. Women who claim to have a notch count of 3 or claim to be virgins expecting to be taken at their word because most men, indeed, take her at her word. This girl is doing what we like to call in the manosphere snowflaking. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the term snowflaking in this community, the definition is simple. Snowflaking is a female who says or implies that she is somehow unique or different by saying she doesn't or has never engaged in behaviors that most females engage in. When Katerina said that she was going to do this without fucking these guys unless she became exclusive, she is utilizing a technique that sluts use to make men think that she is a woman who doesn't fuck around. This is the I don't have sex with a man unless we're in a relationship trick. And it's been used on me more than once in the past. So here's lesson number 1, gentlemen. If a woman tells you she doesn't have sex unless she is in a relationship, she's not sexually attracted to you. She didn't want to fuck you, guys. Now that doesn't mean she won't sleep with you. Women sleep with men they're not sexually attracted to all the time. Well, why would they do that, Donovan? Why would she have sex with a man she's not sexually attracted to? Simple. To get something in return. You think prostitutes are sexually attracted to all of their clients? Of course not. But they fuck them anyway because they're getting something in return, which is money. You think adult film actresses, you think porn stars are attracted to every one of the guys they do scenes with? No. But they do the scene anyway because it's their job, which pays her money, something she gets in return. When a woman tells a man she doesn't have sex unless she's in a relationship, it means that she isn't sexually attracted to him enough to fuck him without giving her something up front, which leads me to lesson number 2. sex is not important to women. Women can get sex anytime they want, guys. All she has to be is there. And she can have as many bananas, cucumbers, and eggplants as she wants. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't like sex, because women certainly do indeed love sex. But because dick is so readily available to them, it's not important to them. This is the simple concept of the law of supply and demand in action. But women know that sex is important to men. This is why they price gouge, I'm putting in air quotes. This is why they price gouge men they're not turned on by, who also don't realize that they can get sex from her for next to nothing. So when a woman meets a man and he exhibits thirst, what that woman will do is she will pretend sex is extremely important to her. Sex is so valuable to her. Sex is not something she engages in with a bunch of men all the time. She makes him think this. She does this to give him the impression that she is a good girl, which makes her all the more valuable to him, which compels him to pay more because she makes him think that she's worth more. Women are used car salesmen, guys. Okay? They make men think that a 92 Honda Accord with 371,000 miles on it is a 2019 Lamborghini Aventador. And because men don't check the Carfax or the Kelly Blue Book, they end up committing to buying gifts for and paying the bills for females who are giving what these men paid sticker for to other men for free. Females don't value their bodies, guys. Don't let them fool you into thinking they're worth any more than a one-night stand. And here's another thing that she mentioned. Women don't date with integrity. They never date with integrity. They don't know, dude, they don't know how, nor are they interested in learning how to, quote, date with integrity. Let's continue. Quote, here's what these experiences taught me. Number one, she says, dating like a man was at first admittedly a high. She continues, it taught me how much fun men were having and were allowed to have without judgment in our society. I remember being at work and texting several guys at once within the same hour. It was addictive, she says. There was never any shortage of witty banter, flirty interactions, or fun dates during those months. I was on a perpetual roller coasters of highs and lows, not knowing what would happen next. It was unpredictable, and it was a much-needed break from my routine of life, work, and school. I would go on multiple dates a week to sexy speakeasies, cool bars, clubs, and restaurants. I danced, I drank, I laughed, I enjoyed myself. Every night was an adventure, and each first kiss or hookup was electrifying. Gotcha, ho. That's right, slut, we got you. She just told on herself, guys. And she almost got away with it. But she just outed herself when she said the word hookup. Well, a hookup doesn't mean sex, you misogynistic loser. Oh, but it does. Especially when it's preceded by the phrase first kiss. If she was just kissing these guys, she would have just left it at that. But then when she added hookup, she gave herself away. What else could hookup mean other than sex? Now, listen, we already knew she was having sex with these guys, right? Like, we knew she was getting naked with these dudes. Whether she let that slip or not, nobody needed to tell us that she was sexually active with all of these men. But like I said in a previous episode, guys, girls will always lead you to the truth. It might not happen today. It might not even happen tomorrow. It may not happen the next month. But eventually, the truth will come out. And if you're paying attention instead of sleepwalking through your interactions with women, you'll pick up on the breadcrumbs she leaves along the way. Well, Ms. Lolita, clearly still very young, because it took her all of 3 paragraphs to slip up and tell us what she does her level best to deny from the jump. So I guess she is young. She'll get much better at this when she gets older, which is why you should always be wary of what older women tell you in the first place. But her experience, Ms. Lolita's experience in the art of snowflaking has foiled her plan to make us think that she was crossing her legs with all of these men. And by the way, the fact that she put the word without before sleeping with them, that was a dead giveaway that she was lying, guys. Kind of like when a woman says that she's happily married. We've all heard that before. I'll admit it, she continues. It was great. That summer, I got to try out each type of man that I enjoyed. Whether it was the intellectual who playfully sparred with me, the bad boy who challenged me, the successful CEO who taught me important tips about starting my own business, the delicious bodybuilder who was fun to cuddle with in bed, the software engineer who took me to comedy shows, or the interesting hybrid of all four. I felt on top of the world. I had my fun, she puts in quotes, without stepping over the line to actual sex. She said it again. Then it occurred to me that most men probably sleep with multiple women they see, and they don't have a problem with it. Isn't that how so many men in our society have been dating all along? While a woman is pining away for a relationship status or a text back, there are plenty of men who date like this without qualms or obligations. I love how this hoe tries to insinuate that she is a high-value female by telling us that her roster was nothing but apex alpha males. You guys notice that? Every one of the guys that she was seeing, apex alpha males, right? The intellectual, the successful CEO, the bodybuilder, the software engineer. And then, of course, right at the end, the male version of a unicorn, her hybrid guy. Fun hybrid. She wants us to... See, here's the thing. She couldn't get enough. She wanted to add just a little bit more, right? So she said, well, of course I've got a hybrid, which she wants us to think is a man with the genius of Tony Stark, the build of Captain America, the looks of Thor, who is also as strong as the Hulk. But of course she never slept with that guy. Of course not. Even if she were telling the truth about who and what these guys were, that doesn't make her high value. Which leads me to lesson number 3. This one's for the ladies. Listen up. Lesson number 3, ladies. Sleeping with one high-value male, sleeping with just one high-value male gives you more value than sleeping with more than one. Ladies, I say this all the time. Sexual attraction is not symmetrical. You get turned on when men sleep with multiple women, but men are repulsed when you sleep with multiple men. Stop thinking that acting like men makes you more attractive to men. It doesn't work that way. This is why you were born a woman. And to attract a man, you need to act like a woman. Fucking 5 high-value guys doesn't make you a high-value woman. It makes you an escort, which is a nice way of saying prostitutes. And prostitutes are not high value. Then she trips up 2 more times by reminding us that she's not having sex with these guys, which means, of course, she absolutely was, and putting herself at the scene of the crime where her DNA, her fingerprints, and murder weapon were found. What the hell are you talking about? Exhibit A, Your Honor. She called the bodybuilder delicious. Well, just because she calls him delicious, counselor, doesn't mean she slept with him. Exhibit B, Your Honor. The defendant admitted to cuddling with said bodybuilder, and cuddling can only happen in bed. Well, counselor, I have no choice but to find the defendant guilty. You fucking for real with this? Are you for serious? This chick admits to being in bed with what she describes as a delicious bodybuilder. And she wants us to think that they just cuddled, even though that he's probably doing heavy steroids, which means his testosterone levels are through the roof, which basically makes him a walking erection. And she wants us to believe that not only did he not try anything, she wants us to think that if he did, that she had the willpower to keep it to just cuddling. Even though women are impulsive, hyper promiscuous, and sleep with muscular guys all the time, get the fuck out of here with this nonsense. Get out of here with that. He plowed this chick so hard, she couldn't do anything but just lay there. And because he laid next to her catching his breath, she called it cuddling. Then right at the end here, she starts setting herself up to coalesce men and women in order to justify sleeping around. Girls do this all the time, guys. They do this all the time. They say, well, if men can sleep with multiple women, then why can't women do the same? Well, women do the same. Women do sleep with multiple women. They just get shamed for it because men and women know that women who sleep around are doing what's easy. Even Katarina knows that it's easy for women to sleep around and hard for men to do the same. But she's pretending to be curious about how men have been dating all along, when in actuality, it's the women who sleep around most of the time and the men who want commitment most of the time. If she wants to be a slut, she should just say, I wanted to be a slut. No, but she can't do that. Otherwise, she'll actually have to take full responsibility for her decision to sleep around, which eliminates her ability to say, well, I did it because men did it too. Ay, ay, ay. Dating like a man placed me back in control, she says, of doing the choosing rather than waiting to be chosen. I understand why society has such a resistant attitude towards women dating multiple men. It's because it's afraid of the power it gives us. If women dated like men did, she says, it would place them back in the driver's seat. They would know which man was treating them well and which man wasn't in a heartbeat, just by comparison. And if they knew they had options, they would be able to drop the men who weren't treating them well with that much more confidence. Ay, ay, ay. Now, she's 5% right, but she's 95% wrong. I'm going to tell you why. Miss Lolita's right. Okay? We all are afraid of the power that dating multiple men gives women. Look around us, guys. Relationships are in the toilet. Marriages are a fucking joke. The dating market is a shit show. Why? Because women hold all the cards in most relationships. The sexual marketplace has been completely deregulated, and this has given women full control. The sexual marketplace is the perfect example of what happens to anything when it is completely run by females. Yeah, women are in the driver's seat, and they're running that 92 Honda Accord of a sexual marketplace off the road. Paternity fraud, child support, no-fault divorce, cheating, lying, abortions, STD, no respect for men, no respect for male commitment. The list goes on. Then she says if they knew they had options, they'd be able to drop the men who weren't treating them well with that much more confidence. And this, gentlemen, is the 95% where she's wrong. You, Miss Lolita, even though you have the ability to drop men who aren't treating you well, you and women like you do not do that. Oh no. The men who treat you the worst are the men that you stay with. The men you treat like a lady are the ones that get cheated on. Men who do right by you get divorce raped by you. Men who show you respect get shown disrespect. But the men who lie to you, cheat on you, fuck your best friends, physically abuse you, impregnate other women behind your back, drink, do drugs, steal your money, those guys get your undying loyalty. Those men get your best. The fact that women are now aware of their options has caused them to make bad decisions with men, and everybody suffers for it. So yeah, we are afraid of the power it gives you women because women are ill-equipped to be responsible for anything, much less the sexual market. Women have positively destroyed relationships on every level. This is what happens when females get power, guys. They destroy things, including themselves, which is why females used to be the property of men back in the day. This was in place for a very good reason. She continues, yet as women, we are taught to wait. Wait for the phone call. Wait for the text back. Wait for a guy to make the first move or call us his girlfriend. We are always perpetually waiting while they are out living. In my opinion, she says, every woman should try dating like a man at least once in their lives to get a taste of the freedom and excitement that have always been accessible to men. Every woman should know, she says, what it is like to stop waiting, especially women like myself, who have always restricted themselves to a very rigid view of monogamy, even before becoming exclusive. You gotta be fucking kidding me. This bitch is such a liar. Number one, guys, this chick needs to stop acting like she's an Amish girl who was raised on a farm who just moved to the big city. She's trying to convince us that she has never slept around and that she has always been taught to wait for a man to make the first move. She's trying to come off as this innocent little inexperienced girl who's just discovered that she can sleep around. But somehow, she was able to find 5 guys to date, right? She wants us to think that she's Madonna who just magically figured out how to date 5 guys at once overnight. That's like the girl who says, I've never done this before, but somehow she knows how to make your toes curl and make your eyes roll to the back of your head all at the same time, right? She knows how to make you blow your load with all 3 holes in 30 seconds or less. Yeah, that woman. Number 2, women are attracted to men who are experienced and seasoned. We get this way by living. We travel the world. We sleep with beautiful women. We build companies and businesses. We have unforgettable experiences. These are the kinds of men that women want. But the reason women should be taught to wait for the phone call or the text is because these experienced men are not attracted to women who act like they do. They're attracted to the women who sit at home and wait for the call or text. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with having fun and living. Okay? There's nothing wrong with having a little adventure. But those adventures are supposed to be had with one man and one man only. Men of value don't commit to free spirits. A lot of you hoes out here like to say, I'm a free spirit, which we all know means free agent. High quality men don't make spontaneous women their wives and girlfriends. Now, they'll certainly fuck you guys from time to time, right? Use you for a one-night stand, use you for a bang and bounce, call you when we're in a slump. But they commit to girls who dedicate themselves into making themselves the best options for men of value, which means staying in shape, not sleeping around, learning domestic skills. And you want to know where that's done? At home, waiting for a call or a text. And if you are in shape, not a slut, you're pleasant, obedient, and selfless, then trust me when I tell you, the men you want to find, they will find you. I can assure you, you can have your adventures, ladies. You can be out here living. But if you want to lock down a quality man, you need to wait for him to find you and take you on these adventures. This is why women are taught to wait. But we all know that you weren't, Ms. Lolita. So again, quit with this whole innocent Amish girl act. Like nobody is buying that. Let's go to number 2. Dating like a man. She continues, while you're a woman leaves you vulnerable to scrutiny because of the unfair double standards involved. Since women are stereotyped as those who want that ultimate relationship, even the most emotionally unavailable of these men seem to be disturbed by the fact that I was exploring my options. I was slut-shamed in countless ways and judged for doing something men had been doing for most of their lives. Can you imagine, she says, my disbelief when I discovered that even the men who professed that they didn't want a serious relationship found it unnerving that I was dating other men, even though I wasn't sleeping with them? It was a baffling double standard, she dramatically declares, even though they had been the ones to say that they weren't looking for anything serious. They seemed taken aback when I replied, neither am I. Which eventually led to a few cringeworthy discussions about the number of guys I was seeing. I came to recognize that being a woman meant I was cast as either the Madonna or the whore if I didn't fit into any of their cookie cutter expectations of me. Women are acting like they're just so scandalized that men expect women to act like women. They act like it's some huge shock that men of value expect them to act like actual women. But here's the thing. 99.9999% of slut shaming comes from women. Dudes don't shame women for being sluts anymore because if we do, we're fired from jobs. We're called names. We get our channels taken down. We're labeled misogynist and all the rest of that. Men are scared the fuck to death of slut-shaming women. We are scared to death. Most men are scared to death to even insinuate that a woman is promiscuous. We're scared to death to even insinuate that that's a bad thing. In fact, it is the men who defend women. I want you guys to take a look at this clip from the Bachelorette Tell-All from last year. I want you guys to take a look at this clip from the Bachelorette Tell-All. Take a look and listen.
Luke, there are two types of men. There are men that want an independent, strong woman, and there are men that want a woman that they can control. I feel right now that you are the man that wants to control a woman so that you can feel better about yourself.
Oh, God.
And I'm sorry, but that's not a man. That's not a man. And what blows my mind is you're saying that you're on a rescue mission, but it seems that the only person that needed rescuing was Hannah from you.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. You're such a fucking hero. Dude, I'm going to tell you what, man. Luke P showed some serious restraint there. That guy, Devin, is a fucking coward. Talk about, well, you're not a real man. You want to know what a real man does, Devin? Since you don't seem to know, since you seem to think you know, a real man doesn't confront another man with a crowd around. You want to know why men are so confrontational with other men in crowds? Because they know that there are other men around. I can guarantee you Devin would never, ever confront. He would never confront, and Luke is a body, dude, he would have snapped that you-know-what in two. He would have snapped his ass in two. You're not a real man. Guess what? See me in the streets. See if you'll say it then. Anyway. All those girls who applauded in the audience, I promise you, said to themselves, man, Hannah's kind of a slut. Not a good look. The point is that Katerina was not shamed by any of these men, just like Hannah wasn't shamed by Luke. These men merely express to her what every man thinks, which is disgust when they find out she's fucking other guys. She gets all hyperbolic with, can you imagine my disbelief? Sweetie, you know men and women are different. And you know why, and you know they know men and women are different. Men who sleep around are not the same as women who sleep around, and you know it. Acting like you don't doesn't mean that people won't hold you accountable for sleeping around, including the men that you're sleeping with. Men don't respect women who get passed around. Men don't respect women with no sexual temperance or discipline. This baffling double standard is Mother Nature, ladies. This isn't a social construct. This is biology. Calling their expectations cookie cutters doesn't make their expectations any less valid. Oh, no. These expectations are rigid for a reason. And that reason is that it's in everybody's hard drive. This is why women want men who are experienced and men want women who are inexperienced. The only reason why men end up marrying sluts is because there are more high-value men than there are virginal women. Quality men don't commit to women who sleep around, and that's all there is to it. And acting shocked that they wanted nothing to do with you outside of sex when they found out that you were sharing your body with other men is disingenuous and transparent. Again, quit with this fucking little Amish girl routine. Quit acting like you're some innocent little Mia Miller. We all know you're probably a lot closer to Mia Khalifa. Let's continue. Even though I was being transparent and honest, oh God. The very act of seeing multiple people created as much chaos as it did excitement. Although I didn't need to share what I was doing because I felt empathy for the men I was dating, I wanted to be honest with them if they did ask or if the conversation turned to the topic. Unfortunately, she says, that honesty backfired. A few of them went on complete ego trips when they discovered I was going on dates with other people. One of them even claimed, I'll bet I'm the most attractive and smartest one of them all, defensively. Oh, get the fuck out of here with this. Give me a fuck. So you mean to tell me that a CEO said to you, I'm the most attractive and smartest of them all? A bodybuilder said this? This is why we know she's a fucking liar, guys. High-value men don't have to tell a woman what his attributes are. He just lives his life, and his attributes are evident. This is why women follow them. This is why women find them. These guys don't explicate. They demonstrate, just like Rollo Tomasi says. High-value men don't seek validation or get verbally defensive. So she's either lying about what these guys are acting like and said that she's saying, or she's lying about the kind of men she was sleeping with. Because something just doesn't add up. You want to know what, guys? I'm going to go with option A. The CEO she described, probably a dude who started a car detailing business 3 days ago and calls himself CEO because it makes girls think he makes a lot of money. The bodybuilder, the delicious bodybuilder, probably a gym bro who deals steroids illegally. The software engineer, probably a dude who creates homemade video games between his 18-hour sessions in his mom's basement playing Call of Duty tournaments. This woman is making it so obvious that she is a fucking liar that her stories aren't even coming close to adding up. Men and women who know how things really work know that men with options don't get all huffy when they find out one of the girls in their harems is fucking other dudes. We simply keep her in the rotation and we make a mental note never to elevate her past a fuck buddy status. We don't bellyache about what other guys she's sleeping with. It reminded me, hang on a second. Interesting. It reminded me, oh, wait a minute, I gotta change slides here. Give me a second. There we go. It reminded me, she continues, of how women are often pulled into competing for a man, and yet many men can't handle it when they're the ones perceived to be competing for a woman. Yes, Miss Lolita. Because that's what makes the sexual market work. You see, you silly slut? When men compete for a woman, women don't know how to act. When men are competing for a woman, she doesn't know how to act, guys. She didn't know how to act. She gets promiscuous. She gets neurotic. She gets selfish. She gets overconfident. She has a terrible attitude. And because she has options, she doesn't feel the need to improve herself. She doesn't feel the need to be kind and pleasant and feminine. This is why 2 out of every 3 females are overweight, but they all still sleep around. If women get sexual attention from multiple men, regardless of their value, they don't do anything to prove themselves. They don't do anything to improve themselves, rather. But when you flip the genders, you flip the man, or you flip the men and the women, that's when women shine. That's when women shine. When women compete for men, they stay in shape. When women compete for men, they stay pleasant. When women compete for men, they become feminine. When women compete for men, they have every reason in the world to improve themselves because the man they're competing for has options. And they want the man to select her. Well, if a man has options, he'll get fat and lazy too. If a man has women competing for him, they don't feel the need to improve themselves. Women don't compete for fat and lazy guys. They don't compete for men who aren't always looking to improve themselves. So if there are women watching who think that men will become as horrible as women when they have women competing for them, yeah, think again, hoes. Because men like this are not the kind of men that women compete for. Women don't want men who lose their edge. They don't want men who rest on their laurels and put it in cruise control. Men and women are different, ladies, no matter how much you want us to be the same. You take any situation in the dating market and you will find that you cannot apply the same standard to men as you do with women. I was also losing touch, she says, with who I was and questioning what this meant about my own character. I had a few days where I double booked dates on the same day. Oh my God. Or ended up responding to a text from a guy while on a date with another man. Oh my God. What was an exciting experiment also became cause for internal conflict and self-doubt. Was I immoral, she asked herself? Heartless? A slut? Funny how she puts the word slut in quotation marks as if to imply that it's not really that. Emotionally unavailable? Did it even matter? Why should I care? Because the men you want, Ms. Lolita, don't want immoral women. The men you want, Katerina, don't want women who are heartless. The men you want don't want emotionally unavailable sluts. That's why. These things do matter to men that you want. They do care that you're responding to texts from other men while on a date with them. And the fact that these men tolerate this behavior tells us once again she is lying about the quality of men she was sleeping with. Because men with options do not tolerate a female who disrespects him and his time by being on her phone when they're on a date. It doesn't matter what the hell she's doing on her phone, texting and Instagramming. Yes, Joe. The phone lines will be open. No, I Bramblebush. This is not a fucking repeat. Now I'm going to time you out because you're talking too goddamn much. You're killing me, dude. Pipe down in there, I Bramblebush. Jesus fucking hell. Everybody thinks they know every goddamn thing. In your defense, I Bramblebush, no. Call of Duty was just the first game that came to mind. I was going to say Halo, but I was like, that's a little old. Anyway. Men with options don't tolerate women who disrespect us and our time by being on their phones when they're on a fucking date. It doesn't matter what the hell she's doing on her phone, guys. Texting, Instagramming, Facebooking, doesn't matter. Men like the one she claimed to be seeing would not tolerate that kind of disrespect even if she was texting her mother. A man's time is extremely valuable to him. And if a female disrespects that time, she's out the fucking door, period. So here's another lesson, ladies. This is lesson number 4. Listen closely. If you're out on a date with a man who's worth a damn, put away your goddamn phone. Put it in airplane mode. Turn it the fuck off. Leave it in the car. Do whatever you have to do to make sure he knows that you respect his time. Now, don't get me wrong here, ladies. In your defense, don't get me wrong. If you're out with the typical beta boy schlub who claims he wants a strong, independent woman like Devin on The Bachelorette there, who worships his mother, says and anything else with 2 X chromosomes, by all means, text away. You're not going to fuck that guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But when you're with a man and demand, a man you actually like and could see yourself with, I'm sure you can live without looking at your phone for a couple of hours, because I'm here to tell you, men with options don't commit to women who disrespect them and their time by being on their goddamn phones when they're out with them. Now, don't get it twisted. They will absolutely fuck you guys. They'll blow your back out, pull your hair, choke you out. Please believe. But don't act surprised when he kicks you out before you get a chance to fix your hair. Let's continue, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines because I'm just about done reading this article. 914-205-5356. Phone lines are open. She continues. Pardon me. I knew, she said, I was just doing exactly what men had been doing for years, yet I had been conditioned to feel ashamed about owning my freedom and sexuality the way men have been doing for decades. Dating multiple men was a thrill, but at the end of the day, it was admittedly exhausting. It increased the potential for getting my heart broken, and it created a lot of drama that didn't need to be there. Although I did end up dating a second round, oh my God, a second round of more men later on, I also eventually realized that dating one at a time was more suitable for my personal style. That doesn't mean I would never do it again. It was an important part of my journey and crucial to my self-discovery. Let's face it, she says, if you're not exploring new things in your early 20s, you're not living. That being said, she concludes, dating multiple men at once did teach me a lot about the double standards that women face in our society and about the ways in which modern romance could stand to evolve. Especially, she says, in the ways in which the dating world treats women and what it expects from them. So, she learns that Mother Nature dictates the objectives of the sexual market, but she still calls it a double standard, right? She was told by every man she dated and allegedly never slept with that they wouldn't commit. Why? Because they found out she was fucking other guys. But she says this isn't the last time she's going to do it. This is why women are the way they are, guys. Despite the fact that the cold, hard truth stares them right in the face day after day after day, they continue to listen and believe television, movies, social media, instead of realizing that the men she was sleeping with told her in no uncertain terms that women should not be dating like men. You would think that these women are trying to date television, movies, and social media because they're taking their cues from every one of these things. They take their cues about dating from social media, from television, from movies, but they don't take their cues from the men that they want. Every so often, a woman will date a man of quality, and he lets her know that if she's dating around, then he's not committing. But instead of listening to the men they want to be with, they listen to guys like Jason Silver who teach women how to be attractive to guys like him. They listen to guys like Derek Jackson and Matthew Hussey who advise them how to be attractive to men other than them. Why females don't take advice from the men they want to be with is beyond me. And then, of course, she finds more fancy, profound ways to describe her promiscuity with self-discovery and exploring new things. Modern romance has evolved, Ms. Lolita. You were able to date 5 men at once. Girls are losing their virginities at younger and younger ages, and women are encouraged to sleep around. Things have evolved, Ms. Lolita, but because men and women are unable to program their biology, the sexual marketplace is a fucking cesspool. Women cheat. Women lie. They have children with multiple men. They get married 3 and 4 times. The list goes on. If guys like Luke Parker from The Bachelorette and other men who could have pretty much any woman they want can't convince women that sleeping around isn't good for their long-term prospects in terms of relationships and marriage, then nothing will. At this point, all I can advise you guys to do is enjoy the decline. All right, 914-205-5356. That is the number to call if you want to get on the show. Before I get to the phone lines, let me shout out my premium members. Bramblebush, who I timed out because he was talking too goddamn much. Brass Mustache, good stuff. Brass Mustache says Gorilla Mind Rush really does work. Helps me with my graduate studies. Yeah, listen, I'm here to tell you guys, those of you guys who have followed me for any period of time, I do not endorse products I do not use. I still use 1821 Man-Made Beard Balm. I still use all that stuff, guys. I took a couple of grams of Top Shelf Bali Happy Hippocratum right before I came on the show. I do not endorse what I do not believe in. Chase LeBeau is in the house. He says that camera pan is some boss shit. Chase, where you been, man? Chase, Chase, you're supposed to be my dog, man. You're supposed to be my homeboy. I've had this pen and camera for months, bro. Where you at? Nah, Chase is out here trying to live that life, man. I peep him out on Facebook. Listen, every time I see Chase LeBeau on Facebook, he's in the gym. That's what I'm talking about, Chase. That's where he's been. Where you been, bro? In the gym, Donovan. All right, bet. Cool. No shade from me, my man. No shade from me, fam. Al says women dating multiple dudes is the norm now. It's sad. Yeah. Like, Miss Alita's trying to make us think. She's trying to make us think that this was the first time she did this. Bitch, this ain't the first time you did this shit. You do this shit all the goddamn time. Let me correct the day and time here on the show scroll. There we go. Young Lions perspective. Good to see you in here. Kenneth Christmas has just made it back in from doing my sprints and the rest of my workout. Ready for class, Mr. Sharpe. Positively. Aston Kutcher is in the house. Pimped out Geese. Good to see you in here. Legendary Proof says she's lying like she rode the carousel of Apex Men. Dude, oh, the delicious bodybuilder and the CEO giving me tips on how to... Bitch, you ain't interested in starting your own goddamn business. Who the... Jeez, I swear to God. Dude, women are so fucking stupid. They think that they can just say shit and that we're just going to believe it. Modern Life Dating's in the house. Says Devin is a snake. Yeah, oh my God. Dude, I would have broke that dude's orbital bone, man. I'd have cracked him right below the eye, man. He'd had a shiner for a month. I hate dudes like that. Ace in Spades is in the house as he just tuned in. So I guess you'll have to watch the replay. Big Brandon is in the house. Appreciate that. Ashish Kaushik says another power pumping episode, sir. Appreciate that. Okay, got a couple of new members. 4 new members, actually. We have Munji Shahid. I hope I'm pronouncing that name. Munji Shahid. Welcome to TSR Towers. You are now a member. You are now a YouTube member, which means you get chat privileges. Buck and Ride, a new member today. Ashish Kaushik, a new member. And Joel Mondesir, also a new member. Appreciate that, guys. Big thanks goes out to Joe Smith with the $2 super chat. Joe, man. Hey, listen. Joe, listen. Check this out, bro. Check this out, man. Send me an email. Joe. I'm gonna give you my my course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, absolutely free. The reason I'm doing this is because Joe called the show yesterday. I thought he was a troll, and I hung up on him, and then he sends me a $5 super chat telling me that he wasn't a troll. Then he sends me another $2 super chat. All right, man. I can admit that I'm wrong. Joe Smith, TSR@DonovanSharpe.com. TSR@DonovanSharpe.com. I will give you a free copy of my 7-hour 5-part audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up. Merciless 6 with the $5 super chat says, double standards don't exist for women. How many women actually flex in the mirror after fucking 3 men a day? They shower in sorrow. Exactly. A woman who gets fucked by 2 guys at once or fucks 5 guys in 5 days, they're not high-fiving each other. They're not even telling each other because they know they're sluts. Oh, no. They're curled up in the fetal position. They're on the floor of their shower with their head, with their heads like this, crying their eyes out because they've just been sport fucked by 3 guys. That's why. Ralph E. with the $5 super chat says the double standard isn't a social construct, it's biology. It's hardware in every man's DNA. Men are fertile daily, women aren't. Good. Oh, wow. Very, very, very good comment there by Ralph E. Yeah, this is why girls who sleep around are considered to be sluts and guys who sleep around are considered to be studs. Women are only fertile for a finite number of time, and for that reason, people inherently say, okay, if I don't have something for that long, I better be careful with how I use it or who I give it to. Right? So if a woman is giving away her pussy like Halloween candy, no, people aren't going to respect her. Bramblebush says, sorry, dude, I honestly thought it was a repeat. That is quite all right. I guess that means you're retaining a lot of what I've talked about in the past. No big deal, fam. All is forgiven. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Let us go to the phone lines with area code 973. Area code 973. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, you already know who it is, Greg.
Hey, Greg, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, good. Yeah, man. listen, I don't. She's the one that believes in romance, but after a while, I stopped believing in romance. There's really no rhyme or reason for me to even romance women anymore. Like I've been on like maybe my last coffee date was like a few days ago, and I only spent like $8. And she asked me, well, why did you spend $8 on me? I said, well, how much more do you want me to spend on you? And she said, well, like maybe a dinner or something. I said, well, I don't think this is really worth a dinner because I doubt I'm ever going to see you again, and I doubt I'm even going to text.
Damn.
And she said to me, well, she's like, and she got all up and angry. And the only thing I did, I said, well, look, listen, I got some art projects I got to do. I got to go to the art store. Just call me when you're done with this whole ranting thing. All right, I'm gonna just go because I see I'm not gonna go anywhere with this. And she made it a whole big thing. I'm not going in that fucking coffee store anymore. But I mean, there's no romance is dead, man. I don't know what.
Greg, you're a savage. You said, bitch, I ain't finna call you no more. He straight told the bitch he wasn't gonna text her anymore.
I'm a fucking savage. I don't care. Look, man. After this red pill, I stopped caring, man. Like,
man,
that's it.
Listen, we understand why, and thanks for the call, Greg. Yo, Greg is telling these bitches straight up, bitch, I'm not texting you. I'm not trying to call you. Damn. I've actually been that savage a few times. The one time I can remember where I was that savage, I was pumping gas. I was in Vegas. I was pumping gas. I had a nice car. I had a 2012 Audi A5, fully paid for, and all that stuff. Always kept it clean. I was looking good, smelling good, whatever. And like this fat white girl comes around the corner, right? Or I guess she was pumping gas. She comes around. She's like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm like, "No, sweetie." I said, "It's not that kind of party." I said, "Go on and go back. Go on and go back." It's no, I'm not. No, She said, "Well, damn, you don't have to be all rude." I said, "Please, just." And I was all there. So I said, "Please." It was as though I didn't want anyone to see me talking. I was like, "Please, you need to exit." Oh, dude, fucking savage. It was great. Bitching to her fucking fat friend on her way to Burger King. It was great. Howling Thunder 96 with the $5 super chat says, and you're wondering why the red pill community, why there's a red pill community. The population of slutty women and beta male simps is truly running rampant in this day and age. Yeah, it is, man. It is, dude. This is why the manosphere exists, guys. This is why the manosphere exists. Oh, I've never dated 5 guys at once, bitch, please. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 316. Area code 316. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, man, it's Walker calling from Colorado.
Walker, Colorado. Good to talk to you again, man. How you doing?
Yeah, doing excellent, man. I've actually got a little bit of a story about a date I went on last weekend about how these women, they just want their cake and eat it too. Absolutely.
Yes.
And so met this girl, went to go get a drink. We ended up doing a little bit more than that. I was hungry. I got something to eat. I told her it was cool. She got something to eat. We started talking about our life stories. She went to New York to become an actress. That didn't work out.
Of course.
And then she moved back to Colorado. She's living with her parents. She's a tattoo artist, and she has, very little in the ways of income. And so I paid for the meal. Afterwards, I was like, hey, you want to go back to my place? And she said, yes, absolutely, I do. And so took my car, went back to my place. And she went so far as to basically just like tease and like she started giving me a little bit of like, a hand job. And I was like, hey, go down. And she was like, no, my mouth is dry. And I was like, I don't give a shit. And and then she was like, she looked up at me and she said, are you really trying to convince me to give you a blowjob right now? And I was like, all right.
Christ.
So
wow,
this is how it's gonna go. And so. She kept trying to do the whole teasing thing and get me, sexually, into her more and more without giving it up. And at one point she was grinding on me and she was like, hey, like I would normally, this is where she gave it. I love you talking about when women give themselves up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been paying attention to that more and more.
Good.
She said, normally at this point I would continue, but I want to form something meaningful with you. And it's because I paid for dinner. I had a nice place. And, she thought she had it locked in. And
hang on, Walker. Hang on before we continue, Walker.
Me off.
Hang on, Walker.
Go ahead.
So when she says, normally, I would continue. But I want to build and cultivate something. Translation. I will go further if you pay a little bit more. See, this is so funny. What she tried to do to you, Walker, was the equivalent of watching the preview of an adult film, right? You're watching the adult film, you're watching the porn, whatever plot there is. Just before the girl takes her shirt off, boop, the thing comes on the screen. To continue, please pay $5.99, and you can continue watching and jerking off and blah, 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 blah. That's what this bitch tried to do to you. Here's the second thing I'll tell you, and this should be a rule for all of you fledgling players out there. Never let her hand touch your dick before her mouth does. I'm going to repeat that. Never let her hand touch your dick before her mouth does. Because if her hand touches your dick before her mouth does, she's going to look for an excuse not to blow you. Guys, dude, every single solid, well, not every single one. I would say probably 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 times out of 10, when I have sex with a woman, my cock is in her mouth first. Straight up. That's how this works. It's getting hot in here. Hold on. I'm going to open my door. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. So that was your, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, man. If a girl reaches down your pants and starts playing with your dick, that's fine. That's fine. But do not, actually, you know what? Let me change that. Do not let her give you a hand job before she gives you a blow job. Okay? I've got, dude, I can't even, dude. Okay. It's been so, I think the first ever hand job I got was when I was a teenager. But I remember I banged this one girl, and I forget what her fucking name is. And we're laying there in bed. This is actually the morning after. It was one of the few girls I let spend the night. And we start she actually starts fooling around with me. And she gives me a hand job right there in bed. I had to fucking wash the sheets. But she had sucked my dick like the night before. So just make sure, Walker, it's okay for her to touch your dick. But make sure she gives you a blow job before she gives you a hand job. That's how that works. I'll give you the last word.
Cool. No, I'll keep that in mind. And then what was funny was at the very end of it, I think she knew that she fucked up and she knew what she deserved because I paid for the meal. Went back to my place. She just tried to tease the shit out of me. On the way back to her car, I had to drop by and get gas. She went in to go get something to eat. Before she went in, she stopped. She looked at me, and she goes, "Please don't leave." And I was like, I'm not gonna leave.
Wow, she knew. She knew she fucked up. Listen. Please don't leave. Translate. Hold on, Walker. Hold on, Walker. Walker, hang on. I'll let you continue. When a girl tells you please don't leave, what she is telling you is that she has been in this situation before and dudes have left her. She said, please don't leave. She was like, dude, I did not break this dude off. This dude is going to leave me here at this fucking gas station. Yeah. Go ahead, Walker.
Yeah, but anyway, I said, no promises. She got pretty freaked out, and so I was just like, look,
no promises,
leave,
bitch.
Go get your stuff, and, come back. So she came back, and she was like, yeah. I kept looking, out the window at your car, and I just had these flashes of you leaving, and I was just like, yeah, and she tried, I don't know what she was trying to accomplish, but I was like, yeah, that would have been a dick move. And then I drove her back to her car, and that was that. So that's the story I had for you, man. Thank you for your content, by the way.
Really, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for the call, Walker. Listen, man. Getting a hand job before the blow job, that was Walker's first mistake. You want to know what his second mistake was? Should have left the bitch at the gas station. Like, bitch, if I take you out for dinner and you tease me and told me, are you trying to convince me to get... Dude, she pulls all that nonsense on me and she says, please don't leave. I'll be like, no, don't worry, baby girl. I'm going to be right here. She doesn't even get to the door. It's tires. I'm the fuck up out of there. I'm like, peace, bitch. Get somebody else to give you a free ride home. If you'd have sucked my dick, maybe you would have got a ride back to the car. Like, you didn't even have to fuck me at that point. Just give me a little head and I'd have got you to the car. No, it was the hand. No. See, a hand job gets you a third of the way. Right? Gets you halfway if it's a decent hand job, right? But if you don't at least suck this here dick, you ain't getting a ride back to the car. You're getting an Uber or a taxi or you're going to hitchhike. Fuck that. Fucking bitch. Walker's a good guy, man. Walker's a good guy. I am not. Charles Reinhardt with the big, huge $50 super chat, man, says dudes like Devin are radioactive. They actually believe what they say even more with an audience. And then when a woman cheats on them, they go crazy on everybody but the chick. Delusional. Very, very good comment there by Charles Reinhardt. And for those men, I know there are some guys who are thinking, wait a minute. Devin, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. For those of you guys who are wondering what Charles Reinhardt is talking about, Devin, I'm going to play the clip again. I'm going to play this clip again. And this is on the Bachelorette Women Tell All the reunion show when one of the contestants, Devin, is talking to Luke Parker. Take a look and listen.
Luke, there are two types of men. There are men that want an independent, strong woman, and there are men that want a woman that they can control.
Oh, get that fuck out of here.
I feel right now that you are the man that wants to control a woman so that you can feel better about yourself. And I'm sorry. That's not a man. That's not a man. And what blows my mind is you're saying that you're on a rescue mission, but it seems that the only person that needed rescuing was Hannah from you.
Oh, good fucking God. You say you're in a rescue mission. Hey, listen, man. Luke Parker learned the hard way. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Hannah B is such a hoe, man. Like, dude, she went on Dancing with the Stars. Fucked her partner from Dancing with the Stars. Hannah B, I think, is the only bachelorette to this point who didn't end up with a fiance. Because she literally fucked everybody on the show. Unbelievable. You guys can go back to the archives and check that out. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Appreciate that super chat, Charles Reinhardt. Also, shout out to Giovanni Zamudio, who is the newest TSR Towers member. Says, this is crazy. Yeah, you're goddamn right. It's crazy, but it is all true. I can assure you. All right, let's go to area code 973. Area code 973. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Hey, my name is Playboy Hitch Jr.
Playboy Jr., what's up, brother?
I want to let you know two things. Nothing much. I'm from New Jersey, by the way.
Okay.
I need you to get your, if possible, you're going to have to increase your bandwidth because this quarantine is going to have people at home watching your content like crazy.
Man.
You ready for that?
You know, I can't, listen, this is weird, dude, because I would say like a week ago, because my girlfriend's name is Devin, not the Devin on that, because Devin, she actually mentioned this to me. She says, you know what's going to happen is if there is sort of like a statewide lockdown. And by the way, I think the country of Italy is on a lockdown. Nobody in, nobody out, whatever the case may be. That may be coming here to the U.S. But she was actually saying to me, she's like, you know, your views are probably going to go up if people have to stay at home. I said, well, that's great, isn't it? She's like, well, unless you increase your bandwidth, then no. So, yeah, listen, good point, Playboy.
So I recently, I have work usually in different client sites. Mm-hmm. I'm based out of New Jersey, but I was working in Boston. But they forced me to come back to New Jersey, so I'm able to call in easily.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of crazy. And I have one more thing to tell you.
All right.
So I just went to lunch with my friend, and I know it's 2020. It's literally March, and he was just slapped with a restraining order because of cohabitation.
What? What happened?
That shit is crazy, man.
Wait, hold on. He was slapped with a restraining order because of cohabitation. What happened?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you the story. It's gonna be like about 3 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
So he met a girl nine months ago. They were essentially, almost love at first sight. You know, he's red pill aware, but you know, he's a sucker for love.
Sure.
So he eventually moves in with her after a month of dating. So he didn't vet her, do anything like that. He just moved in with her. A couple months later, she got diagnosed with anxiety, OCD, depression,
no,
all that stuff. So imagine, I'm a content creator on YouTube, and you know he sees my stuff, but he's like, "Oh, fuck this shit, man! I'm about to try to find some love. I'm gonna try to have some kids. I'm gonna try to settle down."
I got you. Yeah.
We're in the later part of our 20s. So he wants to settle down and have a family.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But this girl, man, she couldn't even have a job. So she was going half on that, got New Jersey rent, which is like $3,000 a damn month. So he paid half. Her parents paid half.
Wow.
And she got a service dog. She got a service dog for her depression. And then all of a sudden, I think about a week or two ago, her damn pupil was dilated. The medication didn't work, and she flipped. Told the police one story, and now he had to move back out. Crazy.
So they put him out of his own place.
That is correct.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Let this be it. Listen, dude, I say this all the time, Playboy. Listen, this is why men have to vet women, dude. This is why we have to do it. Because these bitches out here are crazy, man. Unbelievable. I'll give you the last word, man.
Yeah, so since they kicked me out of Boston and now I have to freaking pretty much work from home, I'm about to sign up for your chat. I'm about to also call you on a daily basis because they pretty much quarantined my ass.
Yeah, is that because you came from Boston?
That is correct.
Yeah, see, Dev, she works now. Devin doesn't work in Philly. Devin actually works across the bridge in New Jersey, and we are actually. And thanks for the call, Playboy. I appreciate that. Look forward to you calling in. Dev works in New Jersey, and her and I are actually going out to Reno next week for a friend of mine is getting married. And no, don't worry, it's not funny story, just as a side tangent. The girl the girl that I'm friends with that's getting married, this was actually one of my first girlfriends when I lived in Hawaii. It was cute little puppy love. I was 13, I was 13, she was 14. And it was just the furthest, the only thing we ever did was hold hands. It wasn't that kind of party. And so we kept in touch, and the years have not been kind to this woman. That's why Dev was like, so she's her ex-girlfriend. I'm like, Devin, relax. Like, I was a fucking 7th grader. Like, or an 8th grader. I was like, don't worry. Like, the most we ever did was hold hands. And if you take a look at her, anyway. So we're going out there, and her supervisor was telling her, hey, look, man, like, we got to do some research. When you get back, we might have to have you work from home for a week or two to make sure that you don't get sick. Because, we're flying from Philly to Reno. We have a 1 hour layover in Phoenix. So we're going to be on and then we have a layover in DFW on the way back. So we're going to be on 4 different planes, and we're flying cross country where a lot of coronavirus patients have been identified. So we'll see what happens there. All right, let us go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 916. Area code 916. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Donovan? This is Brandon from Virginia.
Brandon in Virginia. How you doing, man?
Good, man. So I had a girl try to pull the I don't get committed until I'm in a relationship
yes.
on me. And I said, that's fine. I said, that doesn't mean I can't have sex with other women.
Is that what you said? What did she say?
She said, well, then I'm not going to commit to you. I said, that's fine.
Cool.
But we won't have to hang out anymore.
Right, exactly. Now, again,
she keeps hitting me up, man.
She keeps what?
She keeps hitting me up, though.
Why do you think she keeps hitting you up? You said she keeps hitting me up, though, as if to say, well, if she doesn't want to have sex with me, why does she keep hitting me up? Isn't that your question?
Oh, no, because I already know she wants to have sex with me. That's the problem. She won't let herself because she's trying to say she's a good girl when I know she's not.
Oh, okay. You see, when a girl
it's a game.
Okay. I want to be very careful with that, right? You said she wants to have sex with you, but she's not. I just want to make sure that she's not trying to put you in the friend zone.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah. Girls do this.
And then I just go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say girls do this as a way to get you to invest first, right? A lot of times they'll say, well, I don't have sex unless I'm in a relationship. They do this for one of 2 reasons. Like in your case, she's trying to look like a good girl when she actually is a slut, like most women are. The second reason why they do this is to try to get stuff out of you. And if you cave in and commit to her before you fuck her, you're out of there. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to comment. So, you're right. She wants us to pay admission to ride the ride.
Yep.
Well, I mean, she's a carnival, man. So everybody's rode that ride. It's broken down. You know, I'm not going to pay full price to ride
No.
something everybody else has.
Fuck that. Hell no. I'm riding this shit for free, bitch. You're giving me the goddamn tickets. Fuck that noise, man.
Exactly.
Thanks for the call, Brandon. Yeah, dude, don't let these bitches out here scam you guys. Don't let these bitches out here scam you. All right, let's go to area code 651. Area code 651. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Area code 651 going once. Area code 651 going twice. And area code 651 is gone. All right. Let's go to area code 402. Area code 402, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. Area code 402.
Hey. This is actually one of the new members, Giovanni.
What's up, man?
So I just had I love your work. All you're saying and stuff, I'm like really new to this. So
Okay.
It's like mind blowing, and it's like I can finally see, you know, compared to what I used to see, like the blue pill stuff.
Good stuff.
And my question is, how do you like I love the blue pill stuff, like the red pill stuff, but like how do you like deal with like guys that are like blue pill, especially at work? And should you like deal with like girls at work, like dating at work? That's top, yeah. Just
Okay,
like
so
those two questions alone, right there.
Okay, let me answer your two questions. So just to make sure I'm understanding correctly, you want to know how to deal with other blue pill guys at work and how to run game at work?
Yeah, and also outside of work too, because I feel like there's a lot of like blue pill guys, and then when I like explain a little bit about like red pill, they don't like it at all.
Of course not. So let me answer your second question first, then I'll answer your first question second. Number one, there's really no way you can deal with blue pill guys at work, right? One thing you're going to have to understand, Giovanni, is that blue pill men are very dangerous to red pill aware men. So there's no need to deal with those guys. You can have cordial, short conversations with them, but do not talk about the red pill in public, Giovanni. Don't talk about it at work. Don't talk about it with your friends. Don't talk about it with your family. Now, you want to know how to run game at work, Giovanni. Do not fuck your coworkers. Don't fuck your coworkers, Giovanni. And here's the reason why. In any workplace romance, whether it's in an office or for whatever the case may be, it is my assertion, it is my assumption that within 6 months after that sexual relationship ends between two people who work together, either one or both will no longer be with the company. So if a guy and a girl who work together start fucking, at some point it's going to end, right? When it ends, within 6 months, either one or both of those people will not be with the company. Maybe she Me Too's him. Maybe he decides to go work somewhere else. Whoever ended it, maybe the guy, maybe the person who got dumped wants to work another job because they can't. No, Giovanni, do not hit on girls at work. I'm going to answer your third question about how to game outside of work. I'm going to answer this very succinctly because you're new. I don't want to bombard you. Giovanni, enough. How old are you, first of all? How old are you?
I'm about to turn 25.
Okay. So the first thing I need to tell you.
In about a month, yeah.
Gotcha. In the future, if I ask you how old you are, right, just say 25. Say 25 or 24, whatever. You don't. There's no need to give like 8 words. You know what I mean? Like if I ask you, hey, like what kind of shoes do you have on? Well, these are Nikes, but like that. No. Don't. That's very female. And I'm not trying to rag on you here. But when a man asks you a question, just answer very succinctly. How old are you? 25, right? How old are you? 24. There you go. Where are you from? I'm from
25.
New York, whatever the case may be. All right, good stuff. Here's the second thing. Giovanni, enough with the upspeak, dude. Like, do not, no. Listen, I know you're young. You're a Gen Zer or a millennial, right? If you go back and listen to this replay, you're talking like this, and a lot of guys are blue pill. No, dude, that is unattractive to women. Listen, enough. And I understand this is just the way you talk, right? This is just, there are some things you're going to have to change about yourself. If you want to get the attention of females outside of work, you got to can the upspeak. Upspeak does not, and not that you would know this, but men who talk, we expect women to talk with upspeak, right? Like, this is just how women are. But when you are talking in upspeak all the time, that tells the people around you a lot of different things. I'm not going to say them on the air, but what I would do if I were you, I would record myself having a conversation and try to eliminate the upspeak habit, because it's just a habit. That doesn't mean that you're
more serious.
There you go. There you go. That's exactly it. I'll give you the last word, Giovanni.
More serious, more direct.
There you go. All right, good stuff, man. All right, cool. So Giovanni, what's his last name? Zamudio, getting a little red pill lesson in there. Listen, I know a lot of you guys in there talk in upspeak. Upspeak is unattractive, guys. We absolutely got to break that habit. All right, let's go to area code 407. Area code 407, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes.
This is Mike.
And where are you calling from, Mike?
From Pasco County.
Pasco County. Is that Florida?
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Mike?
So last caller had a question about the relationships.
Yep.
Kind of in that sort of way. I was wondering how my hemorrhoids could affect that, because they're flaring up like really bad.
I can tell you this: if you like her to lick your asshole, if you have hemorrhoids, I would advise you to put that on the shelf. Like, that's the only thing I can really advise you to do. Yeah, listen, Mike was probably a troll. Mike in Pasco, he probably didn't think that I knew that he was in Pasco County. But yeah, if you have hemorrhoids, like, and dude, I actually had a hemorrhoid almost 2 years ago. That shit sucked. I didn't do anything sexually. Did not do anything sexually. So yes, if you have hemorrhoids, All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 651. Area code 651. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. The name's Keionte. I'm calling from Minnesota over here.
What's up, brother?
Not much. Yeah, I'm actually new to your content here, and I just want to say the content and the advice that you're giving out to us men out here. Some of us, I know that some of your viewers, me being amongst them, are millennials out here and pretty new to the game. So
sure, of course.
Yeah, I just appreciate what you're doing.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Wanted to share. I just wanted to share a little bit of my troubles. It's actually a old high school story of mine.
Okay.
About how these, a man should never ever put himself in a position where he puts a woman above himself, where he's the one chasing and not the one being chased.
Bingo. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Actually had this girl who I'm actually going to keep anonymous for the sake of this call. Me and her were talking on and off. She was actually in my fifth hour class. We had history together.
Okay.
And this girl, like, she'd initiate conversation. Talk to me. Just try and like get me to interact with her. And me being a simp back in my high school days, I was a huge simp. Huge simp. I saw female attention. I thought, this girl,
90
this
seconds.
This girl must be trying to give me some coochie, right? Thirsting after this coochie, right? Yeah, and I just started bending over backwards for this girl. Like, she'd ask me to like do favors for her, like small things, like, hey, can you carry my book bag?
Keionte, call back. Hey, Keionte, call back. You have a minute to call back. I need to get you back on the line, man. The call dropped. Call me right back, Keionte. All right, let's go to area code.
Seconds.
You got 1 minute, Keionte. You better hurry. All right, area code 404. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. This is Herb, and I'm calling from Atlanta.
Herb in Atlanta. I love it. I know that's not your real name. Listen, I know that's not your real name, but and for those of you guys who are ignorant of Atlanta speak, Herb is just another name for a lame, a simp, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't for one second believe your name is Herb. I think it's good that you've used that name.
No, Donovan, real talk. My name's Herbert. I just go by
No
Herbert.
shit. I thought you were, dude. I thought you were fucking around. So when I'm in Atlanta, and they're talking about, and people start talking about Herb, you're like, "The fuck you talking about Herb for? Is she a Herb? Like, what the fuck?"
10 seconds.
What's on your mind? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. What's on your mind,
I
Herb?
know what you're talking about, man. I know what you're talking about. So I called you because I kind of brushed up on your stuff.
Yeah.
In my recommended on YouTube.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And I see you're on the Real Pill stuff. I love your stuff. So I'm calling to ask you, do you think having a father in your life would really make the red pill necessary? Because I never had really a simp stage, but I always had my father and my grandfather tell me about female nature and all those type of things. So do you think having a father would you need the red pill as much if you have a father?
This is a very, very good question, Herb. And the answer most of the time is yeah, you definitely would. You see, Herb, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 20.
Oh, dude, Herb, you are one of the lucky few. And listen, I'm not being facetious. I also had a father growing up, right? Now, my mom and my dad split up twice, but most of my life I had my dad. My dad didn't teach me shit about girls. He didn't do it. He didn't tell me about their nature. He didn't tell me about any of that stuff. Most men, even if a man has a two-parent home in this day and age, most men are completely ignorant of a woman's true nature. You are very fortunate in that your grandfather had red pill awareness and your father had red pill awareness, and then he passed that on to you. Again, you are the exception to the rule, Herb, because most men do not have the luxury of having a red pill father as the head of household. So the answer to your question is, if you have a father in this day and age, yeah. Now, if you had a father 50, 60 years ago, it wasn't really called red pill awareness. It was just called, I don't know, life. That's just the way it was. But then when you have first wave, third wave, the second wave, third wave feminism, see, what you have to understand, Herb, and you probably don't even realize this because this has just always been the way it's been for you, is that the red pill, the manosphere, it's a natural response to feminism. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there have been several factions in the red pill that are sort of overcorrections to extreme feminism. Men who call themselves, or bottom, how can I put this? Not MGTOWs, because I've figured out what they are now, but guys who take the black pill. Guys who don't want to have anything to do with women sexually, whatever. No, that's the overcorrection.
Yeah.
But if not for feminism.
And I've never had any interest in that.
Exactly, because and you don't hate women, you just see them for who and what they really are. Unfortunately for most of us, and I put myself in that camp, I was largely ignorant of a woman's true nature until I had gone through the fire with them. And I feel very fortunate that even though I made many, many mistakes with women, I am much more fortunate than most men who have been red-pilled by women. Listen, Herb, I've rented apartments for women I've never had sex with. I was having unprotected sex with my girlfriend who was having unprotected sex with a bunch of people. I was married for 7 years. And my divorce cost $12, right? So a lot of men have been red-pilled the hard way. I'm very fortunate to say, listen, I learned the hard way, but I don't have any discernible residual scars like child support, alimony, 5 kids, a crazy-ass ex-wife, or a baby mama. So fortunately for you, at 20 years old, you were sort of born with red pill awareness because you were around that. But for most of us here, I think I can speak for most men here when I say, listen, even though I had a father, I still had to find the red pill.
Mm-hmm. And I just think it's cool because one line you said, it's not necessarily called red pill, it's life for older generations.
Yeah, that's right.
We never considered it red pill.
This is the way it was.
Down and I'd be with my just the elders, they just told me the game. That's how women are. That's how you got to treat them. So.
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right. Well, listen, congratulations to you, Herb, because again, you had the privilege of being raised by a red pill father. Most of us were not. Most of us weren't so lucky. All right, area code 347. Area code 347. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, yo, Donovan, it's your boy Algo from New York. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Algo? How you doing, man?
Just giving you a warning. I'm on a train right now, so you might hear some shit in the background.
That's cool, man.
Doesn't become too much of a distraction.
I got you.
So I got a story for you from this happened this Saturday. I'm at the bar nearby where I live, chilling, and I see this group of girls, group of men, like look like a friend circle or whatever they come out.
Right.
And one of the girls, she approaches the bar. I glance over her way. I'm not like eyeballing or nothing, but I glance.
Sure.
There's movement in my peripheral, so I'm gonna look, right?
Right.
Look over her way, realize what it was, and then I kind of shrug it off with my facial expression and go back to my drink. And she's like, "What was that look for?" Like,
and she doesn't know you?
Look, no, she doesn't know me. Right?
Oh,
Here's that
wow.
train shit again. But yeah, she's like, "Yeah, what was that look for?" I was like, "What look?"
God damn it. Okay, Blog Talk Radio has acted up, guys. My apologies, guys. Blog Talk Radio has acted up. Damn, I wanted to hear the end of that. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news here. The NCAA tournament, both the men's and the women's NCAA tournament is going to be played without fans because of the coronavirus. Again, the NCAA tournament on the men and the women's side is going to be played without fans. So the coronavirus is definitely, oh man. And yeah, I had somebody in the chat who said that Italy was on full lockdown. Yeah, the elusive in the chat says, yeah, Italy is on full lockdown. Yeah, you can't come into Italy. You can't leave Italy. Italy's on lockdown. They're talking about playing NBA games. So the NCAA tournament, it just came across my, breaking news. The NCAA announces it will hold men's and women's basketball tournaments without fans due to the coronavirus crisis. Wow. Man, oh man. Man, that's big time, dude. Okay, last phone call of the day. Hopefully this call doesn't drop. Area code 318. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brother Don, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Howland Thunder, a.k.a. CJ from Louisiana. How you doing, brother?
What's up, CJ? How you doing, man?
Good. Doing good. Finally got a day off. I'm finally able to chime into your show. And I do apologize for the super chat. I was texting a little bit too fast.
No, that's all right, man. I thought I knew what you were talking about. It's all good.
Oh, yes, sir. All right. So I got 4 things I would like to say. We're going to try to be quick about it.
Okay.
Now, first one, definitely, I want to tell you right now, Brother Don, you are, I don't know, everybody got their own different opinions, their red pill content creators. So I'm going to tell you right now, you are at the top, man. Literally, to me, you are number one in my book because everything that I have been learning and observing and witnessing from your videos, it literally had me to just open my mind up even more, especially understanding female nature.
Right. Good.
And then,
Good.
too, I would say this much, especially when it came to body language.
Yes.
The video that you were showing us with Devin, the cupcake jackwad, where he was talking to Luke and everything. Literally, you see the difference between Luke and you see the difference between Devin.
Right.
He exudes so much feminine traits. Look at his, his body mannerism.
Yes.
Unreal.
And here's another thing, CJ. This is interesting because Devin is apparently trying to tell Luke off. Did you see Luke's posture? Luke was not turned towards him. Luke just, his body was pointed out towards the audience. He looked at Devin just because he didn't want to look like a complete asshole on camera. But Devin is all in his face, and you're not a real man. No, and Luke just had the hands. He's just in there. All right, well, listen, say what you got to say. But listen, you and I both know that I would crush your face out here in these streets. You could tell that he had that confidence, man.
Exactly. Number 2, when you had the previous caller, her from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I want to tell you this right now. Would you have answered? I come from that 2-parent household where, I had both my mother and father, but I was at the hip of my mother more than I was with my father because my father did not understand female nature is due to because of his father didn't really talk to him about when it comes to understanding female nature.
Right.
And, and the end result of my parents being being together 30 years and end up being a divorce and everything. But it's just the reason why I had, simp tails and exude beta male tendencies is because of it's just that cycle. And
Yes.
you know, Herb, he is very fortunate to have a red pill
Man, I'm telling
father
you,
and
dude.
grandfather to tell him and understand female nature. So I come from that household. So.
Man, good God Almighty.
So-
I did not come from that household. Like, dude, my mom ran all over my dad. She cheated on him on at least 2 different occasions that I can remember. Like, he was, and again, like I said earlier, my dad didn't teach me shit. He didn't teach me shit about women. The only thing he taught me about women is what not to do.
Yes, indeed. And I did have 4 at first, but I think I already explained like the third. I pretty much put 2 and 3 together.
Okay.
But the last one, I want to kind of pick it back off of. Number three. I'm gonna try to make this quick.
Okay.
Brother, when I tell you that, when you have stated earlier that this is the reason why the way women are these days, I mean, you got women just single mothers, marriages is being broken.
Yep.
I came across this segment of this TV show called Live PD.
Oh.
Of A&E.
Yes.
And
yes,
and I literally just saw this female teacher from Houston being arrested for 2 counts of sexual assault for having sex with a 13-year-old and 14-year-old. I find, and then she's married.
Ay.
And it gets to show you right there. It's like women are trying to do what men do and everything, but I mean, it's just
you can't do that,
got
man.
really out of hand,
dude. It's crazy out here in these
and
streets,
then
man.
Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you. It's crazy out here, man.
Yes. And the fourth thing, and like I said, I'm going to pick it back off from your previous show from Monday.
Yeah.
With the Asian brother from New York. Anon.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell I'm going to tell everyone this right now, please. He's like 22, 23 and stuff. He is very fortunate to be listening to this. I'm 32 years old, and I'm finally getting an understanding of how to understand female nature, especially from the many, many decisions and mistakes that I am in the current position I am. I'm not going to disclose, but literally, he has hit the jackpot of following and listening to you.
Man.
All he needs to do is just worry about and build himself. It will come. Hey, you even got a video on how to increase your penis size and everything. Believe me, I'm gonna be hitting up on that.
Hey, man.
Stuff.
Hey,
Like,
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to get dudes to grow in every way, shape, or form, and even the dick, man.
Yes, but definitely, I just want to tell that brother and everything. Brother Anon, just listen to Brother Donovan. Just keep listening to him. Just focus on yourself. Just get yourself together. I mean, just do whatever it takes to build yourself. Because at the end of the day, your light's going to shine, and it's going to make it known to women like, man, there's something different about him and everything. Let me go check him out and everything. Man, don't even worry about the women and everything. The women is going to be there. There's more women to men. Believe me.
You better believe it.
Be there, but
he'll have plenty of opportunities.
But yeah,
and it's
man.
good of you to address him because he really, and I don't want to say I felt sorry for the guy, but I knew where he was coming from because he's asking, why should I even wake up? And I just had to explain to him, look, man, they're just women, dude. They're like, women are people too. Like, we can live without women. You don't even have to be good with women to get with women. Dude, you can go overseas. You can hire prostitutes in certain counties in the state of Nevada. I mean, if you really want sex that badly, you can get it without having to go through all the rigmarole that men normally have to go through. I'll give you the last word, CJ.
No, that's pretty much all I have, Brother Don. Just for all the viewers and listeners and everything, just stay locked in on Brother Don. He will not sell you. Please do everything. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right.
Subscribe on Patreon. Do everything. Get all this red pill knowledge as much as possible. Stay red pill aware in every way possible. Take it easy, Brother Don.
Thanks a lot, CJ in Louisiana. I appreciate the kind words there. Wow. A teacher having sex with a 13 and a 14-year-old student. Jesus Christ. Paul Godin says, pardon the ignorance, but what is upspeak? I saw somebody explain it. I saw Ashish Kaushik say that upspeak is when a dude speaks in a way that sounds like a question instead of a confident statement. The speaker looks insecure, unprofessional, and annoying. Yeah. Upspeak, Paul Godin, upspeak kind of sounds like this. Like when I'm talking like this, I'm always upspeaking as if I'm asking a question, right? So if somebody asks me, hey, Donovan, what's your favorite TV show, right? And I say, well, my favorite TV show, I can't really watch TV too much because of my red pill awareness. I can never really watch it without commenting about red pill awareness. Like, I'm always seeing women's true nature for like what they really are. And Devin gets on me about it all the time. Do you see how annoying and weak that sounds? And again, no shade on Giovanni, right? That's just how he talks, right? Like, we all have bad habits and verbal tics. But eliminating the upspeak, dude, I'll tell you what, Giovanni eliminates that upspeak even as a 25-year-old. You eliminate that upspeak, you're going to shoot your sexual market value up by 2 points, right? If you're a 7 and you talk in upspeak, you go from a 7 to a 5. If you're a 5 and you talk in upspeak, you eliminate that upspeak, you go right back to a 7. Right back to a 7. Good question there. A lot of people, yes, I Bramblebush says talking like a valley girl. Oh my God, yes. That's actually a very good definition by I Bramblebush. Good stuff. Excellent show today. Very good show today. Very, very, very good phone calls. Yeah, man. Big Brandon says that the Golden State Warriors are having games without fans either. Yeah, dude, listen, I'm trying to tell you guys, man, this coronavirus thing is spreading very quickly. I have heard that there are, like, I think there's actually one soccer league over in Europe. They've completely shut it down. You got NBA teams that are talking about contingency plans in terms of not playing games with fans. The NCAA just announced, the NCAA just over 10 minutes ago announced that the women's tournament and the men's NCAA tournament going to be held without fans, man. Like, dude, this coronavirus thing is serious, dude. It really, really is. So I'm gonna have to laminate myself. Devin and I are gonna have to laminate ourselves when we fly to Reno, and I'll have to bathe. I'm actually going out to see Rolo too. I'm gonna be there for 4 days. I'm gonna be there Friday through Sunday, and hopefully, I think Rolo said he might be. I don't know. He said he might be in LA. So hopefully I can get up with him, do a show with him. We'll see what happens there. But it's some pretty serious stuff, man. Oh yeah, Bramblebush says it's definitely in Philly. Oh yeah, it's in Philly. It's here in Philly. Cameron Barton says, yeah, my U of M classes just closed for the rest of the semester. Shit. Nonstop Dre 360 says a college campus near me in California has closed down. God damn, man. I had some dude on Twitter tell me, you're overreacting, fake news. There's always an idiot. Always an idiot. Shout out go to all of my super chatters. Joe Smith, do not forget to send me that email. Send me an email, tsr@donovansharpe.com. I'm going to give you a free copy of my 7-hour, 5-part audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, because I hung up on you and you're still supporting me, so I appreciate you understanding that I have kind of a shoot first, ask questions later kind of personality. I jump to a lot of unnecessary conclusions. Hey, it's a weakness. It is what it is. TSR@donovansharpe.com. Merciless 6 is in the house. Ralph E. I Bramblebush. Howling Thunder 96. CJ in Louisiana. And Paul Godin with a pair of $5 super chats. Then Charles Reinhardt with a big $50 super chat. I appreciate that. You know what, Charles Reinhardt, you've actually had quite a few $20 and $50 super chats. Shoot me an email, man. Shoot me an email. I'm going to give you a free copy of How to Master the Game. I'm going to give you a free video copy, or the video course, How to Master the Game. That is a $400 value. Charles, send me an email, tsr@donovansharpe.com, and I will shoot that to you. I appreciate your support here over the last few weeks. Always nice big super chats from Charles Reinhardt. I appreciate that. Giovanni Zamudio with the $10 super chat. He says, thanks, I appreciate it. It was really the first time on air. I believe I need to keep having Red Pill Truth Bomb because I don't want to be a simp in the USA. Hey, man, I'm here to help. I am here to help. Shout out to my callers. Walker in Colorado. And next time, Walker, leave the bitch at the gas station. Like, if she says don't leave that bitch at the gas station. Right? Playboy Jr. in New Jersey. And good luck to Playboy Jr. in New Jersey. Just moved down from Boston. Looks like they're going to quarantine him for a little while, so hopefully he's good and healthy. Brandon in Virginia, listen, do not commit to that bitch before you fuck her. Make sure you get the pussy. Make sure you give her the D before you give her the C. And even then, don't give her the C. Giovanni Zamudio, again, my friend Giovanni, no more upspeak. Work on that upspeak, my friend. Mike in Pasco County, Florida. Mike, Preparation H, Witch Hazel. That'll take care of those. That'll take care of the hemorrhoids. I speak from personal experience. Keionte in Minnesota, got to call me back, man. The call dropped. I'd appreciate it if you would call me the next show, because I'd love to hear that story. I would absolutely love to hear that story. Herb in Atlanta, who is fortunate enough to have been born, have got a red pill father and a red pill grandfather. A lot of us are not so lucky, man. Herb in Atlanta, very, very fortunate. I didn't even think his name was Herb. I'll go in New York. You were on the train. Your call got dropped. Give me a call back. CJ in Louisiana. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. All right, so now I got to go back because I just got a super chat. Oh! I'll go from New York with the $5 super chat. Says, I thought you dropped me because of that train noise. No. The call dropped off. Yeah. So I appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to all of my new members. Moonji Shahid, Buck and Ride, Ashish Kaushik, Joel Mondesir, Giovanni Zamudio, and now Nate Holiday. I appreciate the support. Excellent show today, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands. I'll see you tomorrow.